Welcome back, guys. Oh, aeroplane going over, typical. I've come back to my new favourite spot and I've brought a new tent. I actually ordered this tent while I was on the camp before last. I was sat in my tent and it's unusual for me to have signal camping. And I found this and it looked a bit odd, it looked like a Space Invader. So, gonna set that up and give it a go. There's a lot of different aspects to this tent. We've got a sleep mat, a pump for that. I think this might be a sleeping bag, be interesting. I've got one with me. Some poles, guessing that's the tent itself, and like a cot bed as well, and it all integrates. So that's what attracted me to it, even though it's just a weird eBay tent. First up's going to be the bed. So let's get this up. I'm not a fan of doing these because of the tension. Oh, this side's okay, it's going to be the other side that's the problem. Right, here we go, get one in. And then actually not too bad. So step one, not too bad. Let's check what step two is. Next up, the poles, and I guess this is the joining bit in the middle. Didn't say this, but you have to put the poles through the tent first. I assumed it clipped on. Now these feet have to go through these tabs and into the bed frame, but they don't seem to want to stay. But luckily there's these elastic tabs as well. That should help. Spot the deliberate mistake. Reminds me of that bike trailer tent. Well, this is the mat. It's one of them thick PVC style ones that smell nice. And I've got a foot pump with it as well, which I guess is quite nice. But I've got my little flex tail gear one as well, so I'll probably just use that. Quite cool actually. I think they've given some poles so you can put this out as a little awning, so I'll definitely do that. Now I'm not too sure what this is, and it's quite wrapped up. I'm wondering if it's a fly, but it's quite silky inside. Weird. Go over the mattress? Do you know what, for £130 you get quite a lot with this, surprising me. Yeah, and a sleeping bag too, which is quite nice, that same material inside. Do you know what, I'm actually quite impressed, because £130 I've bought cot beds that cost more than that. Poles I've bought, I don't know, 30 odd pounds. got the mattress, you've got a sleeping bag. They might be not up to that much, and the tent itself is, they say, I've got it here, drizzle proof, 190 T PU coated polyester. But you could put a tarp over it or fashions. I thought it might come with some kind of fly, I didn't really know. Just took a gamble because the pictures have like vents on the top. But you've got these windows as well. This is quite a fun little thing. I mean, you're not going to be hiking with it, but pretty cool to stick in the back of the truck and take somewhere. I didn't have too far to walk into this woodland, so I can test stuff like this here. I've just moved it backwards because it was near the track over there, which has hard standing under it, and I just thought it'd be a bit easier here for pegging and for having a fire as well and digging a hole for the fire. So I've just moved back a little bit, which is nice. Not expecting any rain unlike the last couple of camps, so should be okay. I do have a tarp with me in case of an emergency, but if it does rain I wouldn't expect any more than drizzle anyway. It's not going to be too cold, so whatever this sleeping bag's like should be fine, we'll see. Unless it's one of them kind of sweaty ones. But that was a pretty quick setup for the first time. I am impressed. Don't know what this... yeah, I can see holes in the stitching and stuff, so it definitely wouldn't do great in the rain. I got here quite late today, so I was kind of in a rush to set up, but this setup's so quick and easy that all I've got to do really is get the firewood and then do some cooking, of course. But for anyone interested, the load capacity of this is 150 kilograms and the net weight is 13 kilograms. Comes with all them things I showed as well, but yeah, bear in mind it's not completely waterproof. But for the some of its parts, it's a pretty good price, I think. Yeah, so seeing as I'm set up, I'll get some firewood, I guess. Now it's actually quite easy to find firewood in this woodland. There's a lot of ash dye back here, so I'll be looking around for some of them, some birch, and I know where there's some nice oak as well, so we'll get hunting for that. Now here's a dead one from when I was last in this area, so I can continue processing it down because I know it was nice and dry. So yeah, that's going to do me for now. Also found a load of that oak, nice and dry, just some good coals. That's actually quite a good pile. A couple of bits are moist on the outside. We did have a hell of a lot of rain for like a month, so I might find a little bit more, but I'm happy for now. I think I need a brew. Trying out this new stove at the moment, and it's what's it called again? Ganesha, and I believe it's being developed to help people in kind of rural India and places like that so they don't have to use as much fuel to cook and boil water. But it's quite novel in its design. I get it on the floor. This is titanium, so it's pretty lightweight, and it's the first time I've seen this kind of pattern on it, on any titanium. But I'm guessing that's because it's so thin and it's stamped, so that's a bit of reinforcement. But it's kind of like, if I can pull this bit out, a stove in a stove. If I put that in and fold out the door, which is also the floor, and then you've got this section which goes inside and holds the form of it and goes over these pot rests as well. Now I'm just going to start off and use it with a Trangia burner for now, but in the morning I'll use it as a stick burner. My ordinary cup is too small to fit in there or fit on the pot rests. They actually sent an MSR pot, I'm guessing a 1 litre one, which fits on there perfectly, and handles can go at the front there. A bit easier on the chopping block here. Open the vent, couldn't I? Got a mesh on it. I wish there was an inner mesh door on the front, then you wouldn't necessarily have to close the awning bit, but it does have a mesh window in it, I guess. Nice brew. Still on my Cornish tea. Oh, yeah. Been a bit of a rush up until this point, but I'm pretty much on schedule now. I just went hard at it with the wood. Might get a little bit more because of what I'm cooking and needing some coals and stuff. But yeah, I'll put links to the stuff in this video down below as usual. The stove that they sent, if you wanted to check that out. I'm not sure if it's out just yet, but their website's up and everything. I'll give it another go in the morning. I'll probably do it on the review channel as well. And a link to this as well, which, you know, as non-waterproof as it is, it's quite good value for money really, when you add everything together. Unless everything's awful. The mat's still up, the bed is pretty solid. I just kind of dug little holes on the other side just to level it a little bit because I'm on a slight slope here. But yeah, pretty happy. I do love this woodland I'm using at the moment. It's a beautiful little woodland. It's not gigantic, but it's quiet. It's very mixed trees. Got oak, got sycamore, there's a yew over there, lots of ash, hawthorn and stuff as well. There's even some hornbeam in here, just over there actually. So yeah, it's nice and mixed. To be honest, it's cooling down a little bit. It's a little overcast as well. Sun comes out every now and again. Maybe there will be some rain. I've got enough trees around me to put a tarp over this whole setup if I do need to. I can do it pretty quick. Put this wood in the wrong place really. This is the driest piece I've got, so I'm gonna kind of batten it down, but use the axe. I thought I'd have a bit of fun with the firelighting today rather than go over the same old stuff. I've not done this in ages. I think I did it in a video a long time ago, but I've got some potassium permanganate, maybe that's how you say it, and some glycerin as well. This I believe is like for sterilising, and this is like an ingredient in cough syrup, I believe. It's a very viscous kind of gel. You add the two together and they react and they spark up and cause a flame. It's very short-lived, it's like using a flash tinder, but got some small twigs and stuff. I think there's some birch bark around here, so I'll give it a go. Got some birch bark here, but it is a little bit damp. Got the kindling that I made up and some small twigs as well. So I'm just going to put down some of the potassium permanganate, the potassium. I'm going to use quite a lot because it's quite a flash tinder, and it takes a second after this goes on. In the past I've kind of mixed it together, so I'll kind of do that a little bit and leave that to react and get this on the ready. So it should start fizzing up any second now. It's quite a violent eruption once it does happen, so I'm at the ready here. This potassium permanganate is quite coarse compared to what I've had in the past, so it probably takes a second for the glycerin to sort of soak through. This would be an anticlimax, wouldn't it? Wait for it. Can't feel any heat yet. Maybe a little more glycerin. Come on, don't make me look bad. Maybe I've done too much. I've actually tested this exact potassium and glycerin. Which is weird. Oh, I can hear it. Better get ready with my birch bark. See that bubbling up? She's gonna go. Just gonna put this here ready. Woo. Check that out. Now that reaction's finished, it's just the birch bark on fire now, I think. I didn't think that was going to go. Wind's picked up. Quite recently went to the Duck and Waffle restaurant in London. Really nice. It's high up in a skyscraper, a London skyscraper. I think it's like the 31st floor, something like that. Great views, right over sort of Tower Bridge and that, and it's inspired me to do duck and waffle tonight. So let this burn down for some coals and we'll do that. I was hearing some farm machinery in the far distance that way. This is surrounded by farmland here, there's loads of it, so wouldn't surprise me if there's some more, possibly in the morning. Gigantic field over there. These are my tools for cooking. I've got my cast iron skillet with my Dutch oven lid, so I can kind of bake. I've got the Petromax pot stand, and I've got the waffle iron with the handles there as well. Right, so first I'm going to just put some rosemary from the garden and just a couple of cloves of garlic in the pan there. I'm going to rub the duck legs with salt and pepper. Now this you should do beforehand and let it draw out some of the moisture, but needs must here. And I've got a load of duck fat that I rendered down from a whole duck I had. Love using the whole duck. Confit the legs, get the fat off of everything, cook the breasts nice and pink, make a stock with the rest. And we're going to place these in here. Just going to smush this around a bit. And a lot of the fat will render off of the legs as well. It's going to go right there, close to the fire, not completely over it. And I will put some coals on periodically as well. Lovely how this fits perfectly on the skillet. I suppose I should test it out for size before I actually sleep in it. So let's give it a go. I would say, for me, 5'9", 5'10"-ish, this is just about right. I would not want to be any taller, if I'm honest. Unless you're in the fetal position, but you like to stretch out now and again. I thought it did look a little small. But yeah, I wouldn't want to be taller than I am. Let's have a little look. You see all that fat is rendered down now. Could probably put a bit more heat under there. It's the perfect height for a seat as well as a bed, this. I think it said it's 42 centimetres high, something like that. You can check the link out if you're interested. Just remembered I've actually still got my trail camera down here where all the beaver sets are over the other side of the woodland, so I'll have to grab that in the morning. I'll have to remember to grab it. Hopefully there's some footage on there. I didn't bait or anything. Usually everything seems to like peanut butter. Saying that, I did bait. I had some M&Ms, peanut M&Ms I threw on the floor. Like crunched them and threw them on the floor. Just a few leftover ones. But yeah, I'll, if there is any good footage, I'll put it into this video. I'm feeling a bit hungry and this is going to take ages. I should have started it a bit earlier. I think if I'm going to have a wait, I'm going to have a beer or two. Usual neck oils. So, cheers everybody. Oh, that's good. Could be colder. If you missed the community post, if you entered the giveaway from the video 2 videos ago, the winners are on a community post, so don't double check that because not everyone's got back to me yet. And if you're on there, send me an email and congratulations. I'll have to try and do more of the giveaways. Probably about time to give it a look. Oh, that's looking good. I'm gonna flip them. Get an even cook. Can't believe how good that's looking. And get some more coals on top again. Oh, it's hot. I'm gonna use these. Time to start prepping the waffle iron. Pretty easy, just these two handles. In this bag I've got some flour, baking powder, a little vanilla essence and some sugar. And to that I'm going to add an egg, because I'm going for one here, and some milk. Probably need more than that, but the nice neat way of mixing in the bag. Just going to start preheating the waffle iron. Here it goes. Okay, so here we go with the duck. I was just going to do one leg, but they come as a pair. And now that moth's gone. Oh yes. Go away, moth. Get. Stupid thing. Right. Let's see how we're doing. Bit of this, bit of that. Oh my word, that's good. The duck has dried a little bit. I was cooking it a bit quicker than you would ordinarily Confit Duck, but wow. Wow, that was good. Just boiling up some water in the pan just to clean it. Then I'll just re-oil it. Pre-baked on some of that duck fat. This is going to have to go under here. Good morning. Lovely and peaceful. It's quite late actually. I think it might be 9:09 by now. Kind of had a lay in. Was it comfortable? Yes. I changed the mat to the mat I bought. This one, I think it was going down. I don't know, but I was in like a hammock position. I blew it up. I went into a hammock position again, kind of like this. So I just put in my normal one, took out that one. I also didn't use the pillow. I'm not fond of them kind of inflatable pillows. But no condensation, slept well. Managed to fit like a water bottle and stuff in here. There's no pockets or anything, but where I had the vents down, I was able to tuck stuff kind of in between, which obviously you wouldn't be able to do if it was raining. In fact, I wouldn't use this if it was raining, not without like a tarp over the top. But it was fine, Quite cosy. Yeah, I wouldn't even want to be an inch taller in this though. Right, better get up I guess. As nice as it is just sitting here. Need to get this stove back out so I can kind of check the size and cut a piece of wood, even though I've got loads, but cut a piece off a long piece so it's the exact right size to put the pieces in. Just going to use a stick to see what kind of clearance I've got. This is going to be under that. Here's one I sawed earlier. Where's my stick? Just felt a few spots of rain. Not too worried, but hey ho. Even when we're not supposed to get it, we get it. I'm just using wood wool to get this going. I guess we've kind of got a bit of a rocket stove situation with this stove, with the inner and outer chamber. It does seem very efficient. Well, it's been a while. I've not had spam in ages. It's usually Mark that brings it on trips. Just cut this into slices. Oh, some fat ones. Egg. I'm just going to break the yolk up a bit, get it nice and spread out. Some spam, and a bit of ketchup. Better get a kettle on. Oh yeah! Looking forward to this. I've not had spam in months. Bit of a treat. I was actually thinking of doing a Hawaiian meal at some point. They like a lot of spam. That could be an interesting video, maybe on a rock. I am stuffed. There's half of one piece of spam left. Wondering how long it's going to take to take this down. It went up pretty damn quick. So it should be interesting to see actually. Cover over the fire. And plenty of wood for my next trip. I'll stash it away. And start the timer. Wow, pretty surprised I got that all in the bag. Yeah, I'm not recommending you buy this, but for the money it's actually not that bad. If you used it in summer with a tarp, fine. The sleeping bag was quite cramped, I must admit. Well, thank you as always for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. I did actually forget to cook the dessert I brought with me last night, so I'll save that for another video. It's quite interesting. See you guys next time.